Hello everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales, and with me here, as always, is my co-host, Julian.
Hey,
say hello.
What's up? Thanks for listening.
There he is.
That's
and before we move on to today's episode, I'd like to say thank you to Raven Lynn Clemens, for being on our previous episode, the creator of the comic, The Paradox of Getting Better. They were a hoot and a holler. I explained to them about One Piece and how much I don't like how liberal it is.
They loved it. They appreciated it so much.
They appreciate it. Yeah, they learned a lot. Next time they come on, I'll explain more about One Piece to them.
Yeah, listen to that episode if you want to know what a new One Piece fan sounds like. The enthusiasm was palpable.
Yeah.
You imagine like Raven pivots to like fucking hourglass figures like nonstop. She's just drawing.
That'd be insane. That's how you know she gets kidnapped, if she started drawing that. Like, wait a second.
She just starts drawing like Perona and shit.
That'd be pretty base.
Yeah.
I'd commission her to draw Perona. I'd just commission her to draw One Piece characters. I'm gonna draw them however you want.
Yeah.
But they still gotta be identifiable as said characters.
Have you seen that meme that goes around where it's like these like anime style artists are like, I love my patrons, but sometimes they want me to draw like Warhammer 3000, and it's like I have no idea how to do that shit.
Oh, I would love if people would pay me to draw Warhammer 40k stuff.
Shit, I fucked it up.
That kind of ties with. Oh, by the way, that's Kazoo.
Yeah, hi. It's my 4th or 5th time here. Next time I get like a free Sunday or something.
Next time you get nothing.
Fuck no!
You get nothing, mother. You get nothing. You have the privilege. I'm doing you a favor.
Oh.
You've been on 100
times. That's not
okay,
true.
you've been on like.
That's not true.
Been on. I think you've been at least maybe on like 4 times.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think either Tectonic Improv or King Protus are in the lead right now.
Yeah, I think Jim probably has the most.
Yeah, true, because he loves to talk. It's in his white boy nature.
Yeah,
as we all know. But
he came out of the womb podcasting.
He did. Oh, you mentioned was it anime artist not wanting to draw Warhammer? Kind of remind me of like a reoccurring thing. I don't know if this still happens with people who take commissions, but they'll put like what I won't draw, and it's always like I won't draw mechas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people have trouble drawing mechas, and I mean I get it. It's kind of they're a little bit more rigid, and it's kind of like drawing a background, I guess, or like scenery.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
You know. Would you say you guys are good at drawing mechas, or you guys still need some more work?
I used to be. I haven't done it in a while, though.
You know, I never saw the big deal until I like actually tried drawing them. It's really about just making everything feel like in proportion to everything else. I mean, like, if you consider it like a suit of armor or something, it's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, you want everything to. With how like we draw humans on the internet, especially like anime humans, which are like pug-esque abominations on human anatomy. There's a lot of like cheats and so that we do to like get to that figure. And I think with most mecha, not all. I've seen people do like stylized cool mecha that feel like loose and free, but I think the people who really appreciate mecha, they really like that, making everything look like 3-dimensional and like it all fits. Which
it goes beyond like the mobile suit stuff. You will have the same type of person that's really in tune with that, like drawing tanks and cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
A real mechanics enthusiast, not just mecha.
Yeah.
The only mecha I could draw is like the robots that fight like Astro Boy or something.
Yeah, like,
I can't.
like Pluto or Tetsujin 28 or something.
Yeah,
he's just
I
like a
can't draw
tea kettle with
anything
arms.
I can't draw anything too like rigid. Well, I mean, I can. I could probably get better at it. But
You
I'm not,
could,
like, I don't know.
honestly, you could probably you could match up all the way to like 70s or like early 80s, like a Gunbuster or no, yeah, Gunbuster or like Get a Robo or something. That's not too crazier than like a Tezuka robot.
I've drawn like Get a Robo before.
Yeah.
So it's wouldn't be my first rodeo on that,
My Get a Rodeo.
I'm gonna get you. Come here.
There should be like a mecha that's about like. There should be like a rodeo mecha. That might be that's like a concept. Like you get in the robot, but it you can't like really control it.
Just make a whole mecha series about Texas Mac from Get a Robo.
Fuck yeah.
You know Texas Mac?
I am vaguely familiar. Admittedly, I have not watched Get a Robo beyond like the scenes here and there.
Texas Mac is literally like a cow, like a mecha that's just dressed like a cowboy.
Yeah,
right.
Boy.
And he has like a robot. He has like a robot horse. The first time I saw him was like in the Shin Getter versus Neo Getter OVA.
Oh right, yeah, I've seen this thing before.
Yeah, the OVA is pretty great because there's a whole bit about like because they fight I think a monster in America and Texas Mac shows up to help them, and then Texas Mac comes back for the final battle, and there's this whole bit where like he's outgunned. He doesn't have his guns, right? But he's at the U.S. embassy in Japan, and he opens up like the ground, revealing like a giant mecha-sized rifle, and it's like It's okay to do this because this counts as American soil.
Yeah,
that's a cool.
Yeah,
it's a really fucking cool ass.
That's funny as fuck. I love how his cowboy hat is like a fighter jet. That's such a cool design choice.
That's a big brain move. And the original is just like a hat.
Yeah,
and it seems to just come off. I actually do not like his original look.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Oh wow.
It's hard to even piece from here. He looks like he has like a big nose, kind of, and like a fucked up chin.
I think the updated version
the jowls on that guy.
Nose.
Yeah, he's kind of like how they would draw like Americans in like World War II propaganda, but then you just paint him gray, and there you go. He's a fucking robot.
Americans known for their gray skin, their gray reptilian skin.
We're a cold race, the Americans. We're flipping it.
Speaking about like stereotypes and robots, I've been trying to finish this last batch of Robot Masters based on songs, I just drew one recently, and I won't tell you what exactly. It's a Robot Master based on the song Pretty Woman.
Right.
And I drew this interpretation that I came up with that I thought was pretty good.
Mm.
And I did like a rough color of it. But when I was finished, I was like, this looks like a stereotype. I think I just kind of just accidentally drew a stereotype.
I need to see
but I wasn't.
This.
Yeah, I'll show you in a second. And the thing is that like, I was like, well, maybe I could get away with it. So I showed it to my partner, and I didn't tell them like what stereotype I was thinking. I was just trying to see if they would spot it too, and they did spot it. Right. So I'm like, all right. So I might have to tweak this so I don't get canceled. But I'll show you right here. It's the Robot Master on the right. Right. Yeah, she's like, she's based on the song Pretty Woman, and I thought, oh, what if a Robot Master that makes you pretty, instead of just making an attractive Robot Master, right?
Oh, I kind of see it.
You see what stereotype it might be?
Yeah.
Do you not see it? Cause
my heart must just be so racist, because I just all I see is like a maid woman.
Oh, okay. Well, her like arm cannon is like a cosmetic cannon. It's like makeup, right?
Right.
And she's got like the makeup brush in the other hand.
Right.
She has kind of like she has like a uniform, and she has this particular kind of like hairstyle, and she has this kind of angry eyes, and it's making her squint.
Oh, I get
So
you now.
it's-
She looks Asian. She just said
Yeah, it's
that.
like she's like an Asian like nail, like an Asian. What's the fucking term for salonist,
Yeah,
nail technician, whatever you want to call it.
something like that. Yeah.
She works at a nail salon. She looks like an Asian lady that works at a nail salon, and it's very I don't think that's because I can see people like thinking, oh, that's funny. Even like, I mean, sometimes you'd be surprised which stereotypes like people really don't have a problem with. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Ramen Man is popular in China, and he hella looks like a stereotype.
Yeah.
Right,
There's situations
But-
like that in general. There's like this one game for like the 3DS where it's like this dog. You buy like mini games from like this dog, and like over there he looks kind of like what we would call like a stereotypical Japanese like guy. He has like the squinted eyes and like the big buck teeth, and then in America they make him like Homer Simpson.
What?
Yeah, hold up. Let me get this.
You gotta post it. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry. It's called Rusty's Real Deal Baseball Race Changes.
Oh yeah, Japanese
what are
people
those?
do that a lot, don't they?
They love features. I bet have you ever read like a Naoki Urasawa manga? And then people say that about his stuff too. They say like, "Oh, that's so racist how you draw like
A rural farmer guy.
yeah.
Why did you do that?
His stuff, like he I feel like he does a pretty good balance of making his face look very cartoony.
Yeah, I think it's close
Right.
enough. I think as long as they're capable of like a range of emotions and they're not just like one stereotypical like set of features, I think it's fine. But what do I know? I am but a white boy.
I do like the Japanese one on the right a little bit more. He's a little bit cuter.
I like his comb over a little
I
bit
feel
more.
like
You see what I mean with the
Yeah.
Homer shit though? He looks like Homer.
Yeah.
he does kind of look like Homer.
Yeah.
They really whitewashed that dog.
Yeah.
Damn, they whitewashed it, and ironically, Homer's yellow. That's a thing with the Simpsons is that all the Asian characters in Simpsons aren't yellow. They give them like an actual kind of like
No,
like tan
they're kind of
color,
I feel like they're more pasty white, aren't they? Let me check.
Yeah, they do. They make them a little bit more pasty because for obvious reasons,
Yes.
right? You can't just have like a yellow
You can't just
Asian person.
yeah.
I bet Japanese Nazis love that. They're like, this is our favorite show.
What, the Simpsons?
No, it
Yeah.
ain't. That shit ain't their favorite show.
Nah,
Their favorite show is like
South Park.
yeah. Because they see like the funny little guy say Jew and they're like, oh,
Oh yeah.
So true.
oh, kill
He
that
does do
Jew.
that.
Kill that Jew. They clap.
But anyway, yeah, I was open for suggestions of how to make this character not look so much like an Asian nail salon worker,
It might be as simple as just changing the hair color.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe even like removing the angry expression,
That too, yeah.
right?
The eyes were just fuller. Nobody would think Asian.
Or just like, give her like a DreamWorks eyes kind of look. Okay, so yeah, I think that just might be it. What color should it be? I don't really want it to be like maybe blue.
That's tough to say because it's like the color scheme already feels complete, and it would feel weird to like pick one of the colors that she uses for like a blaster, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think I like it better that the makeup canon it's its own color and not necessarily like
Yeah, it's not pulling from her
anything.
in any way.
Yeah, it makes it kind of stand out more.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
right, but I don't know, maybe blue,
Maybe.
light blue,
Maybe like blonde could kind of work. I don't know.
Her skin being blue was just to see if we could avoid
Oh yeah,
more
yeah.
like Asian stereotypes. But I think I don't know. I already did freaking like blue colored women before, and it's like, oh, is this all I
This is all I've got.
is this my trick? Is this my one trick? You give them blue skin,
Yeah.
you know?
Those goddamn
right?
blueies won't say a goddamn thing about this.
Fucking blueies.
Fucking blueies! Hey, I'll take offense to that. No, I do.
I can't do it. I can't do an Australian accent. Don't ask
I
me.
barely know. Like, what the fuck even is... What's different? Australians in the comments, like all one of you. What's the difference between you and New Zealanders? Like, what, you just sound slightly lazier than, like...
Australians are like meaner, although
Yeah.
I've met some pretty mean New Zealanders, so
Yeah.
pretty fucking tough ass customer as New Zealanders. You know?
Yeah.
Personally, I think I like Australians more.
Really.
Yeah.
I feel like I appreciate New Zealanders more. They're more... I feel like... I'm playing into the stereotype where there's less to do there, so they're like nicer. But that's not necessarily true, of course. I just
Is that there isn't too much to? That's probably true, right?
Yeah, like New Zealand is like typically known for kind of just being like, what the fuck? It's like a lot of farming, and then like people go there to like shoot scenes of like lost vistas because there's so much like open farmland over there.
Oh, there is a lot of open farmland, huh? There's now that you say that reminds me of, I think there was a New Zealand horror film called Black Sheep about like sheeps that would like eat people.
Oh fuck.
You know? Yeah, yeah. And I saw that like years ago. I can't remember if it was good or not. Indeed. Indeed. I've been you guys seen about, it's been going on Twitter, and it's been going on Godzilla Twitter, if anyone's notices that. But
Yeah.
there's this like video that's been going around that everyone's been shitting on, and you might have seen the thumbnail because it's got one of those really like
Yeah.
atrocious ass thumbnails.
They like
Where
change
it's,
the colors a little bit and, make it poppy and stand out, I think. Like Godzilla's kind of pinkish, if I remember correctly.
Is it?
Or maybe the background's pink. I'm swapping them around in my head.
Well, he does like oversaturate, but okay,
Yeah.
cool. I found the thumbnail. But basically, the video is called Godzilla Doesn't Work in America. It's made by a guy called Dr. Skipper.
Dr. Stiffer.
And this is probably more evidence to my theory of like no one under 25 should be making video essays.
Yeah.
I just don't.
What the fuck does he look at this dude's banner? He's like he's like an Angry Birds guy.
Yeah, he's that little bird son.
Little
That's his
fucking
thing.
baby.
His,
Wow, that's cringe.
Yeah.
his like rant tone as like a bird in the video. Right, I got no problem with that. Do
No,
whatever the
yeah,
fuck you
it's
want, but,
fine. I get to be. I want to be a little mean. That's all. I just want to be a mean guy.
I just want to be mean.
I think it's very telling if your branding like is overly reliant on something that you didn't create. Like, we used to be a real country. You would create your own guy, no matter how like rough it would look.
You feel like this? I feel like most of the case.
Sure?
I feel like most of the times they just like copied something and then made it their own guy. I feel like that's.
I'm thinking of like way, way older examples, like a Yahtzee Crenshaw with his little top hat guy.
Oh well, that's like an
feel like-
exception. I don't think that's the rule.
I
Should
feel
be a
like
rule.
Yahtzee is the exception to that,
Yeah, exactly.
Because like back in the day, like peak, the people who were like analyzing or mostly just getting mad at video games or whatnot were like we're calling themselves Family Guy Fan 48 or something.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, or like, back when he was called the Angry Nintendo Nerd,
Yeah.
and then he expanded to video games,
Yeah, precisely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it used to be in the song.
I do think it's kind of cringe when like people like their soda is something that's
Yeah.
copywritten. I'm useless with this guy. I haven't talked to him too often. Not Dr. Skipper. I'm talking about someone else.
Okay.
There's a guy called Dumbsville. I'm mutual with them.
Dumpsville.
I think they're all right. I think they're chill.
Mm-hmm.
I do find the fact that their little soda is just like Lego Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of cringe.
A little bit.
A little bit, right? Because I don't know. I don't think you get too far with that. Because if you get so popular, you're gonna have to like change that and pull like a Super Mario Logan, where they like have to redesign all the cast because they're all copyrighted characters.
Yeah. There's so many instances of that. What's that one who like? Is it Super Mario Logan? Actually, I'm so bad with these fucking Brumblos.
The guy that uses like the plush dolls.
And
he like talks with them.
Oh yeah, he's the one who has like that Minecraft Steve plush doll, or did, I guess, right? No,
maybe, I don't fucking know.
See, that's what I mean. I'm so bad with these. I don't commit them to memory.
There might be one that does that. Like I feel like there's a lot.
There was like this one person who was like making like a web series off of like their character was just like a Splatoon OC, and it wasn't even like a great.
Okay, all right, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, those guys eventually started a company called the Glitch Tech, and they're the people who are producing Digital Circus and Murder Drones.
What the fuck? That's them?
Oh, you didn't know that?
I actually had no idea that was them.
Yeah, that was them. That was I forgot what it's called.
Holy shit! Fuck, small beginnings, huh?
Yeah, basically humble beginnings. Oh wait, actually no, Glitch Tech is not the name. It's Glitch something. Is it Glitch Studios? I typed in Glitch Tech and it's like, oh, that's that one Nickelodeon
show.
Fuck,
you're right. Yeah, that's the one where everybody wants to fuck the little girl or whatever.
Everyone wants to fuck the teenage Asian girl with the colored hair. Because
she's
just talking about that.
She's a gamer.
Before recording.
Yeah.
She's a gamer, and I want to have sex with her because she's a minor. You see. I think they're just called Glitch Productions.
Glitch Productions. Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're called Glitch Productions. And yeah, they did that. I forgot what it was called. Like something.
Damn.
They did do the thing where like, oh yeah, they did a series with like a Splatoon.
Yeah, it's a Splatoon OC, and she's walking around Mario Sunshine or whatever. I had no idea that was them. Holy shit.
No, that's them. That was
that's insane. I didn't know that.
I think they had their own series called Meta Runner that was original.
Yeah.
But it didn't get too much attention. I think the next move they did that was pretty fucking smart was like approaching people who are already kind of popular and more talented to like, hey, do you want to like do something? We'll fund it. And like that's how you got Murder Drones.
Yeah.
Murder Drones is made by the guy who did that one cartoon pilot with like the scorpion girl that everyone was like cooming over. Remember?
I have no idea. Scorpion girl. Oh my god.
Scorpion girl cartoon pilot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
If I showed you a picture, you'd be like, oh, Cliffside. That's what it's called.
The only Scorpion girl I remember people talking about is the one from Gurren Lagann, but like that's it. Like I don't remember any like, Scorpion girl of the day. You know.
This one was like I remember it got pretty like decent numbers on Co.
All right.
This one.
Oh,
yeah, that's a Scorpion. This is vaguely familiar. I think.
Yeah.
I never clicked on this. I thought, I don't think I want to watch that.
Well, you know, she's Scorpion from the way down. You know, that's how it go. Like she.
I never did want to watch it either. It's if you look at her face, it's like designed in the same way like Murder Drone's faces are designed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big eyes.
Yeah, so that's how you know it's the same guy.
Yeah. Anyways, I've totally derailed you from Dr. Skipper over here. What did you want to say about this freak?
What the fuck was I saying about Dr. Skipper?
Yeah.
Okay. Video not good.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to do like a video response to it, but I've seen other people's responses and they cover like a lot.
Yeah.
Anything I would say is wholly just based on like his how much his opinion just contradicts everything he's saying, you know?
Yeah.
Because the general gist is that this guy basically he's a guy who's like, whoa, I really like Godzilla, and they only seen Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
And the original, and they start the video by saying they don't like the majority of Godzilla movies, right?
Yeah.
and then they go into like that, like there's all these problems that he's phrasing. There's all these problems that the American Godzilla movies have, but the way he's phrasing it, he's making it seem like these problems only manifest in American Godzilla movies, and they're never like a problem in the Japanese ones, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like he's invalidating a lot of like the other Japanese movies, and there's like so much like, damn, like this, like if this was a video just about him gushing about Godzilla -1, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Because that's what it probably should have been.
Yeah.
He didn't. He kind of like tries to play this angle, like not like there's this kind of angle of like this video is kind of anti-Disney in a way, because people it's this whole culture war bullshit where they're trying to push like they're trying to push that like fucking Disney woke and everything else that's successful is obviously because it's not woke, right? This guy doesn't say words like anti-woke or anything. I think he's a little bit more. He's not like an anti-woke guy.
He's a little bit more
like,
cogent. He knows not to scare those types of.
I know the thumbnail doesn't imply that he's like anti. I know the thumbnail feels anti-woke, but this guy is not like an anti-woke guy, right?
Yeah.
I think the thumbnail is just very clickbaity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
but it's
you're not really allowed to use that rising sun design unless you want people to go, "What the fuck?" Click.
Well, if anything, he's like specifically talking about Imperial Japan, and he even has like if you look at the thumbnail, you can see Oppenheimer's faces in the fucking sun.
Yeah.
In the flag. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
And it's very like, I think his analysis on there's moments where it's like, okay, like there's moments where he's like just not. He's not wrong about the stuff he's talking about. There's like stuff that he's just like way off.
Yeah.
And people have just made videos just listing like he starts the video by saying that Godzilla in America is in the public domain, which is not true.
Stupid
at all.
Stupid ass.
Right?
Dumbass motherfucker.
And they're trying, and people like looked into it and see like, where did he get this information from? And in Wikipedia apparently it says that, but not. It doesn't exactly say that. It doesn't say Godzilla is in the public domain. It says that this specific photo, this specific production still from the original Godzilla is in the public domain.
Yeah.
Not Godzilla in America.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just like littered with like little mistakes like that,
Yeah.
you know. And,
Do you think maybe he wrote it using AI?
I mean,
I don't.
you say he's like a young
so.
guy, right? He's probably just like.
Yeah.
My reading on this is he's just like this stupid guy who like likes the two Godzillas he's seen, and then maybe saw like half of like Godzilla 2014 and thought, this is fucking bullshit. Everybody needs to know my opinion.
It's funny because like he feels like he kind of has like the opposite opinion that a lot of people have about like the Legendary Pictures like MonsterVerse Godzilla movies, is that it's kind of like a lot of people did not like that 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then like they got like better with each one.
Yeah.
And but his is like the opposite. He feels like it got worse with each one, and the 2014 was like the best one.
Wow.
Right. And he also has like a laundry list of problems that there's this kind of thing where like, and this is like the big kind of, remember like when the trailer for Godzilla X Kong New Empire dropped, and there's that one shot of like Godzilla and Kong running towards the camera.
Yeah.
And like there was like people being like, oh wow, this is so fucking ridiculous, I can't believe they did that to Godzilla. They made him an Avenger, and it's like he's been a superhero before, you know.
Like
you guys
have never you've never typed Godzilla into the GIF feed. Like
right, you type in Godzilla, you're gonna see him do shit that looks 10 times more ridiculous than that, you know.
It's fucking Godzilla.
And this is that guy. The people who would complain about that is this guy. He made a video, right?
Yeah.
Because like he frames it as only the Americans are turning Godzilla into a superhero, when it's like, no, it's kind of like that kind of already happened.
Yeah,
you know that
happened literally 50 years ago.
Actually, I think it happens more often than Godzilla being like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, if you really think about it, you know.
Yeah, literally, it's probably like 2/3 him being good, and then like 1/3 him being kind of a shit stirrer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even in the MonsterVerse movies, they do explicitly like frame it as Godzilla's not solely on the side of good. You know, it's just that he's more like a
Yeah.
he's more like a deterrent for like worser monsters. You know,
Yeah.
right?
He's the monster we need, not the one we want.
Right, exactly. And I think there's some stuff he says about the 2014 Godzilla, like about being military propaganda, and I'm like, oh no, I agree with that. There's like a lot of like,
Yeah, that's pretty
like-
much every, like, 80% of American blockbusters get checks from the U.S.
true.
government. So
Yeah.
you know.
It's definitely military propaganda, but never think that other countries aren't also doing that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
they're doing that in the Japanese movies too.
Literally,
They're-
there's so much time wasted on like we have to fire the missiles at Godzilla in like every Showa era Godzilla film. It's like crazy.
like yeah, there's like subtle hints. There's like subtle hints of like nationalism in like Shin Gojira. There's like subtle hints of nationalism in Godzilla -1. I in my like video where I talk with Jim about it, I talk about like there's a little bit of revisionist history in Godzilla -1
Yeah.
that they mostly, I feel like they mostly do because they don't want to like piss off the American audience, right? Like in the original Godzilla 1954, they didn't paint the Americans too much as like the bad guy. They didn't really paint them as bad guys because like it was during Reconstruction era,
Yeah.
and they were right there like looking over their shoulder, so they couldn't do stuff like that, right?
It's a Build Back Better period. You don't acknowledge that stuff.
Right, exactly. But in Godzilla -1, they don't really acknowledge the Reconstruction era. There's like no GIs at all in Japan. Like there should be.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like the streets should be filled with them, you know?
Yeah, handing out chocolate bars and comics to kids and shit.
Like, yeah, and because there's like this whole, like there's this very like kind of noteworthy moment in like Toho's history, the actual Toho studios.
Right.
There was like a worker like protest that got so big that they had to call American GIs to come suppress it.
Yeah, that sounds
Right?
about right.
So they were there, you know, and there's literally none of them in Godzilla -1, right?
Yeah.
And you know that's mostly because I think there was plans for like, oh, this is going to be international, and you know we don't want to piss off Americans, you know,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to frame them too much as like the villains in -1, you know,
Yeah.
right?
God forbid Americans feel bad about literally anything they've ever done.
And like a second thing is that there is like no like in Godzilla -1, I was so surprised there wasn't any like people who were still like want the Japanese empire, you know?
Yeah.
Like those guys were around, like the guys who were like so mad they lost, but they were still all about like, you know, those guys were still around.
Old
Some
ass
of them
dudes, yeah.
some of them eventually became prime minister.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking like wasn't it
Abe's,
Shinzo Abe.
Abe's granddad, I believe.
Yeah, his granddad was like one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
Those guys existed, but none of them were there because, like, you know, they don't. You don't want to like, you know, you don't want to make your main characters to be people who still want like who believe in fascist beliefs, you know?
Yeah.
Right? I'm fine with like the main character in Godzilla -1 not being like a fascist because the fact that he wants to live is already very anti-fascist,
Yeah.
right? You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, like just the framing that like none of this happens in like Japanese movies is very like, I don't know, it's very like silly. This is wholly it's like easier to notice in American movies because we're American,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's easier to pick up on everything when you understand all the cultural cues.
Right, exactly. Like, so I mean, anyway, with this Dr. Skipper guy, I think he has a lot of valid points. It's just that this contradiction that like it seems like the only awful things about Godzilla happens in the American movies.
Yeah.
Is very like annoying. It's very like frustrating. Like if all he had to say was I don't like Godzilla as a superhero, I don't fuck with like Showa era. I think also another thing that was kind of annoying was that he would like he would gush about -1 and he'll show clips from fucking Shin Gojira,
Oh no.
which is like
Embarrassing.
dude, you know those clips are like from Shin Gojira, right?
It's very funny.
Yeah, and there's like a moment where like there's like one screenshot that I thought like this is so weird because he says that like, oh, there was a Godzilla movie that came out recently that blows like the last six ones out of the water, and he puts Shin Gojira there, and it's like, what do you mean talking shit about Shin Gojira? Like an argument, Godzilla -1 would not exist without Shin Gojira, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm surprised he hasn't seen Shin Gojira, you know, because I feel like his opinion would be different on like everything, you know, and that's and it's so it's just so kind of like annoying, you know. It's like it's almost like baby's first opinion on like Godzilla movies, you know, right? This is like someone who just hasn't really explored the franchise, and you don't have to. You don't have to,
but you can be like, there's this thing with like internet criticism, which you've rightly declared like nobody under 25 should make video essays, because if you're not gonna be like intellectually honest with people, like what's with this like babyish like, actually my opinion is the best ever because I can just assert it affirmatively, you know, like that doesn't mean anything. Just be earnest.
There's this kind of like need to like appear like smart and like kind of like make it seem like you're covering the topic like very thoroughly.
Yeah.
But like in order to kind of like create this facade that you're like really covering the topic is like you talk a lot about stuff that's related to it, not necessarily stuff about related to like directly the things you want to talk about, but more like
just factoids that make you look well read. That's why he's like saying shit like Godzilla in America is public domain, because I looked at the Wikipedia page and clicked on a picture and it said public domain underneath it. It's like, no, you're just fishing for things to put in the script, like.
Yeah, that exactly. There's even a whole bit where he talks about like the run up to like the history before the Godzilla movies came out, which is very like, I don't know why, because that doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't really play too well to anything else he mentions.
Yeah.
He's like kind of shitting on like he's like shitting on the, not just on Godzilla, but like on like giant monster movies like in America in general. And it's kind of like, but he mentions how like
I bet he's never watched
Godzilla got inspired by those movies, you know. Godzilla is connected directly to those movies. He says that, right, you know. And it's so annoying where like it's so annoying how you throw out like everything about the Godzilla franchise when Godzilla -1 owes so much to those previous movies. Even the ones that were bad, it owes a lot to, you know. Like the fact that it's the fact that it literally has like almost the same story as like Godzilla Raids Again, which is like one of the more infamously bad Godzilla movies, is like incredible, you know. The director of Godzilla -1 is always gushing about Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, all giant monsters out attack, right? Like that's his favorite Godzilla movie. The fact that this guy just didn't even know that either, and doesn't even bring that up, or doesn't even like take the time to watch that movie, right? It's just so like there's got to be this thing where like I'm tired of people being confident about shit they haven't seen. I'm the kind of guy that never likes to give their opinion about anything if I haven't seen it.
Precisely.
Even if I heard everyone. Yeah. Even if I heard like if there was a movie and everyone's like, oh, this is bad, this movie's terrible, I never trust anyone's opinion until I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, or unless like someone that there's people out there that I do trust when they give me their opinion.
When you have the mind meld. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, right. But I try to just never have an opinion, you know, about anything, right?
Genuinely, people are so desperate for like that sort of thing, though. Like it's how we like interact on the internet is giving like our definitive opinions on things. When you talk, we talked about this like a few days ago, just like briefly, and I said like it reminded me of like when people like affirmatively say like Evangelion is the perfect mecha because it's a deconstruction of mecha, and it's all like here's how I know you've only watched Evangelion.
Right, like, exactly. That's the same with like stuff like Madoka Magica, you know. It's like people want to have this whole opinion on a genre or a medium with only like seeing one, you know?
Yeah, it's
Right.
just so unuseful. Like, experience culture, people, please. Not everything has to be like this, like like people always like go at it with this thing where it's like, oh yeah, it's the perfect critique of these sorts of things, the perfect deconstruction. And it's like, no, they harbor lots of love too if you actually looked beyond, like, you know, like the discussion on Twitter or wherever the fuck else, where, you know, like, please please like engage with like the conversation more earnestly instead of just regurgitating points you've heard. I beg of you, please. Oh fuck.
Yeah, fucking definitely. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just very like frustrating like video to watch, because I think yeah, he's not like invalid. He's like halfway
Well, yeah,
there.
because
And
clearly he like loves this film and he wants to talk about it, but he doesn't, like, he's like so online that it's like, oh, the only way I can talk about things is how better they are than things they don't like, which I haven't given a proper chance to or whatever.
he also has that like he also has that vibe that like there's like a subset of like video essay people, and this is mostly like the annoying ones,
Yeah.
who only talk about mainstream movies,
Yeah.
because that's the only movies they watch. They don't watch like independent stuff. They don't watch indie things.
It's
They
the
don't
ones
watch...
that gets clicks too, so, you know, feeds them.
Right. Exactly. So like these people like get so like these are the same people who get mad about like, oh, Batman gets killed in Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, right? Like,
Yeah.
like
Which
oh wow,
is
they're
in the
fucking
name.
Oh no, a superhero died.
oh no, they gave Batman like a bad death. Oh no, I don't care, dude. He's fictional.
Yeah,
He's not real, dude. They're gonna kill him off in a better way like later, dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it does. I don't care. Like, was it tasteful, dude? I don't care. I have rent.
Who literally
Apparently
cares
they'll
about
have the
bills.
opportunity to come up with other ways to kill him, because everything that everyone has been seeing, that's just the start. There are apparently going to be 12 more post-game world events.
or Batman dies.
Hopefully those have cutscenes. So, you know, they might have other wacky ways to kill Batman.
That'd
I
be
wouldn't
so
be
awesome.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they like stop, because like it doesn't seem like the reception for the game is good.
Yeah.
You know.
Generally
Right.
does not seem people like that game.
But like that's why the game like took so long to come out. They basically remade the game 12 times. So I hope they don't stop. I want to see the rest.
This is a quick mention for this other YouTuber who like does like kind of like retrospective on Godzilla movies, and I've seen like some of his videos. This guy called Big Action Bill. He seems like a decent guy.
Yeah.
He makes like kind of like retrospective on Godzilla videos. I've seen a couple. They're fine. Like, you know, if you don't know about that stuff. That being said, I can't get over his profile picture because like it looks like there's a burning cross. Like,
He
at
looks
the
so
bottom left.
religious.
Oh, wow.
He's like conservative.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
yeah,
know,
that
he is a
explains it.
conservative. Yeah. Right. But it's just that like I always have to do a double take when I see that profile picture and the fire right next to it. Like, wait, hold up. Well, hold up.
What is it with the
Holy
dragon guys? Like they always have a vibe I don't like.
It's
I'm gonna
it's
call
like,
it the dragon vibe.
dragon vibe.
it's the whole
They like eating
wizard dragon connection just brings out like the racism in people.
Except that guy who paid to get into Undertale. He's a little different. The butter dragon.
Oh, that guy.
He's built different.
Butter dragon versus like conservative dragon.
Conservative dragon. Choose your dragon. Woke dragon or anti-woke dragon. Who do you choose? They should make Godzilla woke. He should have. This is how you make Godzilla woke. It'd be like it'd be the scene where like in the boardroom meeting scene where they're talking about Godzilla. And he's all like, he's attacking the city. And someone's like, they're attacking the city. We don't know Godzilla's gender. That's like the only like instance of like referring to Godzilla as they, and everyone else is like,
We cannot confirm
movie
the
just goes
gender
on
of
as
the
normal.
creature. Yeah. They kind of
I
do
really-
that in the Matthew Broderick 1998 Godzilla, right?
Yeah, well, he
Kinda,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
is like a female in that. Like, there's a theory that the original Godzilla is female. I don't care. He's already like a mutant, like lizard, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Like, he can do what he
fucking
wants.
matter.
I don't really care for what gender Godzilla is. I don't even like. It's the same with like when a company comes out and says like, "Oh, this character is actually this. This is the canon," and I'm like, "Ah,
Yeah.
fuck you,
Fuck,
dude."
like if you're
Or
not
like every time Blizzard gets in trouble, one
Yeah.
of the characters becomes
they
bi.
flip his-
Godzilla. I mean, Mario is canonically 22 or something. Like, oh no, fuck you, dude. He's like at least 30 or 40. Actually, the all up pre time skip in One Piece is actually under a year. Nah, dude, it's 5 years. in
It's
my
5.
head.
Yeah,
five,
you
it's
can't.
5
That
years.
shit can't be 1 year.
Yeah, nah, I don't want. Okay, actually, wait a second. I typed in how old is Mario and it said 43.
All right, they're shifting shit around. I don't know if he's 43. I feel like 35 is like a comfortable.
According
Middle
to
ground.
franchise creator Shigeru Miyamoto, Mario is 24 to 25. Okay, where did Google get the 43 years? Did they make it up? Was that AI?
Sometimes Google just does that. Like, I'm
It's
trying
so
to think
fucking
of
stupid.
what I looked up recently where it gave me like a wildly different answer.
One day I'm going to ask Google, what's the name of the president? And it's just going to say Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Oh boy. What was the name of the president? Donald Trump. Oh god.
We gotta get that blue hedgehog.
Yeah, so if just Toho announced like the official gender of Godzilla, I whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need Godzilla to be a boy or a woman
Godzilla uses
or a
any all.
Demtress.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Godzilla's pansexual. He fucks Anguirus. He fucks Rodan.
He fucks all the monsters. Godzilla fuck all monsters.
Godzilla fucks all monsters. My favorite GameCube game.
Yeah. You should alert people to. Remember, we were talking like a couple days ago about that that old Godzilla webcomic where it has like the
Twisted Kaiju Theater.
yeah it has like the old Godzilla scaly.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna one of these days, I'm gonna do like a full lecture about it, just because the entire thing is archived on the Wayback Machine.
Fuck.
Then I was gonna read the whole thing and just kind of like talk about the guy, the creator. His name was like, his name was Shin Goji, is what he went by.
Oh, he must feel.
And this
he
was,
must
like,
have felt
years
so good
before,
in
yeah.
like 2017. He must have like
Oh yeah,
came in his
his
fucking
name.
pants when he heard that.
Yeah, his name fucking just predates fucking Shin Gojira, which is fucking just
Yeah.
amazing, mind blowing. I mean, it's
Wow.
not even that like, I don't know. You're just combining two Japanese words.
Yeah.
That's the entire Japanese language, is just combining Japanese words.
Yeah. One could say that's the case for all languages. You combine words.
They're combining words. That's so based.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god, what's that? You read the dictionary. After that, everything is a remix. That's an old meme. That's a very old meme.
Yeah.
All right, what have you guys been up to?
Um.
What do you guys got in the docket?
So I've been like planning like 3 or 4 different things, but also I've just been watching a lot of shit. Like I watched all of Hell of a Boss. No, fuck. God damn it. They have
Watch all of
Has-Been
Has-Been.
Has-Been Hotel. They have their names are too fucking similar. I mean I know they're
Yeah.
not that similar, but like goddamn, like change, have them not be like H. That's all I'm asking for.
But it's like hell, you know, like hell, right, with an H, right?
What
That's why they do that.
Yeah.
You've been watching that?
Yeah.
I have not.
You
but,
haven't? Okay.
well, I'm not too interested in it, but like, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these like anti-Vizzy Pop haters. I'm a Vizzy Pop defender, really.
See, I went into it kind of thinking like, I kind of don't like anything about it, really, but I'll look because I'm a freak like that. I watched all of Velma, And
Oh no! This guy had to
this
watch a
bad
cartoon.
boy. Yeah.
Oh no!
They got to do the nostalgia crank.
Someone made him watch a cartoon.
I was forced to watch a cartoon. No,
This
but,
boy
like,
was forced to watch Velma.
Has-Been Hotel. I'm converted. I kind of fuck with it. I was brought in by like all the songs, which it has like some of the like the writing quips I still have issues with, like there's some good laughs in there, but some of the lines kind of feel like unfunny people trying to do like jokes, like "lol, I have depression."
Yeah.
Goodbye, depression. Like, okay. But I don't know. It was like a good time. I feel.
I remember hearing a complaint that I thought was kind of like weird, like didn't make sense to me. The complaint was that like, oh, the people who wrote Has-Been, it feels like they've never had like a lived-in experience.
I don't know if that
like,
sounds true.
What the fuck does that mean? Like, it's basically just saying it doesn't feel like it's written by people.
I don't believe that at all.
I disagree. I feel it feels very much like it's written by people.
Yeah, there's like a few scenes where I think like, yeah, this is like a friend group somewhere. They're just in regards to that person, they should probably just admit they don't like whatever the fuck the people who would write Has-Been are like, because that's fine if you could admit something's not for you. Like, I get it. I get looking at like Vizzy Pop stuff and thinking like, oh god, I do not vibe with this. Like, I fully get that. We should just
I can understand listening to Angel Dust talk and then wanting to just like turn the screen off.
Oh my god, I thought he was so bad after like just watching a couple of like songs and shit, but like he's like it's a lot more tolerable if you actually like sit with it.
Grown on you
a little bit, yeah, a little bit,
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Hell Show. I'm a Hell Show fan.
I'm a heretic. I'm a Has-Been heretic.
Where are you kids going? We're going to hell.
We're going to fucking hell, Mom.
It's a big complaint about Has-Been. Not a big complaint, but a complaint I saw that I thought was also stupid was people saying like, why is like, they want to get to heaven, but like the show is like showing heaven as not that good of a place. That doesn't make any sense.
No,
it's a contradiction, and it's like, no, that they're trying to say something, dude.
They're trying to like give a critique, and furthermore, it just goes to show that they haven't actually watched the show in full, because like heaven is like a nice place. There's just management's fucked, which you could say for like most stories where you have some idyllic scenario. You don't get that without some exploitation along the way. I mean, the same could be said of real life. Has-Been Hotel, like real life.
There's this kind of thing where, and going back to like, don't do a video essay if you're under 25.
Yeah.
Where it's like a lot of people like don't like when people hate something, they just can't say they don't like something. Like that's just like, that's not enough. They have to like talk about why they don't like something, and the majority of the time people just don't have the words to like fully describe why they don't like something. So they say shit that like sounds smart to them.
Yeah.
But it's not really, you know.
They have to justify it to themselves more than anything else.
Like fuck, I had a point. Okay, so like for example, like people like did they forget how story structure sometimes works, you know? Or like that like in most stories our main character will have a want, but the story will be more about them figuring out what their need is and not their want. You know?
My god! Like, literally, like baby's first criticism when they see like a character like want something but go about it in like an incorrect way. Like, come on. Or
like when a story starts, if like here's a spoiler for the majority of stories where a character is an asshole. 90% of the times, if a character starts off as an asshole at the start of the story, they're not going to be an asshole by the end because they learn to be a better person. That's kind of like, you know, that's
basic hero's journey kind of shit. Like, it's so simple.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say hero's journey, but like, yeah. Yeah, like that was a big thing that I saw with Velma. It was like, oh, Velma's a piece of shit. She's so mean, and it's like you don't think like the story, like characters in the story acknowledge that, and it's ultimately going to be about her becoming a better person, right? Yeah, growing, right? Like you don't think that like in Hazbin Hotel, if I had to guess where the direction it's going to go from the little that I hear, is that like they're probably going to realize that heaven is not all it's been cracked up to be.
Yeah.
And ultimately they learn that like, oh, it's not about like getting to heaven. The heaven's just a location. We can make hell heaven. We can make it a better place.
Heaven is a place on earth, says one song whose name I forget.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I know that line too, but I fucking forget the name of the song.
There we go. Yeah, I'm doing what I hate. I'm doing what I said I hate about these guys, and just referencing things that I have to.
Actually, I think the name of the song is "Heaven Is a Place on Earth."
Oh fuck! There we go.
By Belinda Carlisle.
Carlisle. I think it's Carlisle.
Oh baby, do you know that's what? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Yeah, boom.
There we go.
There you go.
We're
right, exactly.
golden.
There's the song. Yeah, we did it. Mystery solved. Okay, yeah. So I feel like people complain wrong. Maybe I should I'm tempted to make a video being like things I'm tired of hear in video essays. Number one, I'm tired of people saying like hidden meaning. I hate the word hidden meaning.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like I was watching another video. This is the episode where I complain about videos.
Where we talk about videos, yeah.
Right, exactly. But basically, this video was talking about the artist Shay St. John.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys know that artist. But they were like very early YouTube, and they did this whole one of their like more like known videos is called like the hand thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think was it. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
All right.
But basically, their thing is that they wear like a mask, and they have like these fake hands, and let me see if this thumbnail brings you a brain blast. But you ever heard of this person? Shay St. John?
No, I think this was outside of my viewing time.
Yeah,
a lot of like quote unquote YouTube classics really passed me by.
I hate to be lame, but yeah, this is unfamiliar to me too.
Damn, this is how I know y'all. This is how I know y'all straight. Can't even recognize this character. But anyway,
I've seen people use that as their profile pic.
This is the first time I've ever seen it.
This person's very old school, and they kind of like predate Fred. They did that kind of like high pitch like voice edit thing. And they would just do these like wacky things wearing this like wacky mask with like their little fake hands, and like they would just upload videos. They would call the videos triggers. This was before the meme use of the word trigger, right?
They're a pioneer.
Yeah, and they were like living in LA, and they would just make these YouTube videos, and got a lot of attention for it. It's like they became kind of a little micro celebrity because of it. They did pass away, the original creator.
Damn,
of these, yeah, and
R.I.P.
That's R.I.P. Right? Yeah, it was I think created by Eric Fourmier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. But they're very cool, interesting videos, and I think they really did kind of like influence me on a lot of like kind of comedy that I like. Right? I'm not the biggest Shane St. John fan, but I was watching this video that was talking about it, and he ends his video by trying to decipher the hidden meaning of like what's going on with all the videos, right? And like I think what I don't like is that like people don't like really know too much how to like look at like subtext,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People, and this goes on with like people's lack of media literacy. They don't really know how to look at subtext, so they use words like hidden meaning, right, to kind of like substitute words like subtext.
Yeah.
and then their hidden meaning is just things that are just deliberately said in the text. They're not even like subtext, but like, because he's like, oh, obviously this is a story about like someone being abused in the Hollywood system, and it's like, yeah, but that's not like a hidden story. That's like blatant in the videos, right?
Yeah.
And this is like the same thing that happens. This is the same thing that happens with like Jack Stabber videos, where like if you look in his like comments, you see people trying to decipher the more complex story going on, and it's like, can like a weird thing just be like weird,
Yeah. Anything is like, it's a death of subtext in a sense, because like anything that's weird has to like hint to like greater things, and it's like, nah, sometimes we just do silly things for flavor. It's
right,
okay.
and it's like, it's almost like things aren't allowed to just be weird. People have to be weird for like a bigger like reason. And it's like, no, like it's fine if things are just weird and freaky. Right? That's
I think
like
another
okay.
issue is that the culture is extremely self-sustaining. Famously, there was that interview where the guy like asks David Lynch for the meaning of a work, and David Lynch just says no. That used to be the standard, but now people are like, well, let's just go over the creator's head. We'll find the meaning by hook or by crook.
And you know what? I think that's fine though. I have no problem
in
with
some
like,
cases, yeah.
I think maybe I gotta be more specific about what my problem is, right? It's just mostly like people like, there's gotta be a word for this, like talking about everything relating, like, okay, let's say I was trying to describe, let's say I was talking about Godzilla, right? Like I was talking about Godzilla, and all I do is just say what's on the Godzilla Wikipedia page, right?
Right.
I haven't really said like I'm talking about Godzilla technically. It's like the fact that like I'm trying to hide the fact about like my lack of like talking about something in depth. I'm trying to mask that by just like talking a lot about something, That's kind of like the mentality of like those Mahler videos, right? Where like,
or anyone featured on EFAP.
Right, exactly. Where like they think by like talking about one thing for 10 minutes is like an in-depth conversation, when it's like, no, like, when you really think about your point, you could condense it to what's exactly like crucial. There's like a saying I really like where it's like someone writes like a 10-page letter or something and sends it off, and it says like, sorry, I sent you a 10-page letter. If I had more time, it'd be shorter. Right? Because they want to get to like what's like kind of crucial. What are they like really like saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a more examples, because I used to have a long list of like, I don't like, of like, when people to mask the fact that they can't really look into subtext, they just talk more about the text, right? They substitute subtext with more text, right? And sometimes they like reach out into like the wider thing. I'm the kind of guy that like when I talk about a movie, I'm only talking about that movie, or only try to talk about that movie. I try never to like I never try to like talk about its sequels, right? Unless I'm talking about the franchise, then I talk about the sequels. But like if I'm only talking about the first Spider-Man movie, and only the first Spider-Man movie.
Do you think this has like a basis in like how I feel like, I don't want to ascribe this to like an American thing really, but like like it feels like everybody who kind of like makes points like this kind of like, we're like a Spark Notes culture almost. We just like go over like the basic plot beats for like for like an essay for like a book or something.
It's capitalism ultimately at the very end.
True.
But but I mean, no, I think you're onto something there, because it's like there was like a meme going around where people like were talking about like they value like, I'd rather just read the Wikipedia page of the plot of a movie than watch the movie, right? And
we're like, so fucked.
Yeah, and people were calling them plot cells
plots,
right? Because they only prioritize like the plot, right? And it's like some things aren't just like a movie isn't just a plot, and you would, and I get if you've only seen mainstream movies, it might feel like movies are just their plot, you know.
Getting from A to B, but there's so much.
Right, but if you watch like foreign movies, you watch like indie movies, you watch just movies that don't get older movies, you will see that movies aren't just like a plot, right?
Yeah, there's a lot more tone and like intentionality and like
there's tone, there's vibes, there's aesthetics, there's like camera work,
Yeah.
There's like all these like choices, right?
There's all these choices that we remove when it's just about, oh, this guy portrays this guy, and it could symbolize maybe like the fact that he did this to his dad as well or something, and it's like, you motherfucker, you don't get it, you don't fucking get it,
right? And it's so yeah, exactly, because like it's just how not every. Trying to think of the right fucking words, but like Mad Max Fury Road, right. The plot is literally we go there, then we come back. That's the whole fucking plot, right? But like you gotta watch Mad Max Fury Road. It's an experience, like there's like a deliberate choice of like having the sky be blue and the dirt is like orange and the middle is like kind of like gray because it's supposed to represent the chrome. The world has been turned into chrome. They're on these like machines, these like amalgamations, these kind of creatures they have built to traverse the landscape. They have built metal monsters to like conquer the desert, and they even can't fully conquer it because there's like moments where it reminds you that the nature itself is way stronger. Like when the sandstorm scene happens and fucking just blows through them, stronger than like anything these guys have ever like fucking like
it's
fucking
this harsh
seen,
world
right?
of contrasts and shit.
Right. Exactly. And like you can't just sure like they enter a sandstorm, right? But like you can't. There's a difference between like someone saying a sandstorm and then like being there. Sometimes people don't even like. People really like underestimate how much they don't know about something, right? Or how much like experience knowing about something is different than experiencing it.
100%.
Right. Yeah. Knowing the plot is not the same as experiencing a plot.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, that's why I never like I most of the time do not trust people on their takes on movies I have not seen. Like I believe that's like their take, but like I don't like. I will never fully. I hate it when someone has a take about a movie that I haven't seen and they want me to agree with that take, and it's like I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Yeah. Because what if it's the best movie ever made and this guy just like it has shitty?
He
takes,
just has his
right?
own stupid individual reasons for believing in it.
Right, because people could like stuff for like wildly like different fucking reasons. Yeah. I'm gonna have to start like making my fucking list of like things and things you gotta stop doing in video essays. I think another thing is like stop caring about plot holes, and I know that's like controversial thing to say, but like I think a work is more interesting if you consider all the plot holes were done on purpose, and they kind of are, because everything kept in the movie was kept there, for you to see, right? So you got to consider it,
Only in like extreme scenarios where it might go against like the tone or something. But generally like most plot holes are just inconvenience of the plot, that's what they're in service of usually.
Right, and I think sometimes what I don't like is like I also don't like I'm going through the list. I don't like fan theories, because most fan theories are just fan fiction. But like, 100%, but like, I'm gonna start blaming men. This is the anti-men part of the podcast.
We've gotten the anti-men part, yeah.
Oh, you got me heated. I'm heated now. I'm at my anti-men part, but I feel like this is men's fault with the whole fan theory stuff, because it's like it's not enough to like just make a fan fiction. Your fan fiction also like has to convey.
It has to be the most logical explanation of
this is the problem. This is why I hate video essays, because it caters to the male fantasy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think the thing is, I also think people want like people do want their movies to have like subtext and a deeper theme and complex ideas, but like they don't really have like
they don't have the
vocabulary.
To, like, know precisely.
Yeah, they don't have the vocabulary. They don't have the knowledge. Like look at this. Look at like how people like. I remember seeing a tweet where someone's like, "Oh, here's a screenshot of Powerpuff Girls where Dexter is in the bus with them, right?" and they at Craig McCracken and be like, "Oh wow, same universe? Question mark, same universe?" And it's like, nah, we're friends with the people who make Dexter. You know, we have a lot of crossover with them and staff, so you know, we throw these in because we're buddies. You know, it's not because of like some wider story reason.
There doesn't have to be a point. We can just have fun sometimes.
Right, exactly. But see, that's because like people are trying to like create something bigger out of like Easter eggs, because that to them that feels like they're looking at a work deeper, when no, not really. Like that still is like something superficial. This cartoon, that cartoon could be the same universe. Yeah, but what does that mean anything? What does that say about the fucking work? You know?
What does that mean? It doesn't like. What does the world of Powerpuff Girls mean filtered through Dexter's lab? Not much, really. Like,
you know, I can't really say for sure because I was homeschooled, but I feel like I've heard people describe this sort of thing in like English class. Like when they teach you how to do a book report, you're being told to look for the meaning.
That's what I was kind of alluding to earlier. Like people just like it's this tacit like sort of thing where they look for like the base plot beats and then like the Chekhov's gun or what the fuck ever, or how fucking Billy Bob feels, because that's all they get taught in like English 101. Like it's a totally like banal way of like consuming media, and that's all some people walk away from with it.
This image right here has confirmed a lot of like terrible people's like opinion on media, and has been like dare I say mentally stunting like people, you know?
Yeah.
Like it holds them back, right? And it's so fucking like it's just so fucking, you know, it's so fucking like annoying, because it's like people do want to like, you know, look at like people do have the need to look at things at a deeper level, but like a lot of people when they say like deeper, they just mean like what the author is considering, and it's like no, like there's a whole world outside of that, you know?
Yeah.
Like the author isn't like the be all end all of a work.
Literally, what do you think? Like,
right, exactly.
What does it elicit in you?
Right, because it's exactly, and it's so like you know, like I don't like, you know, I don't give
not
a fuck
everything
about,
is like a fucking puzzle, you know, like you don't have to solve everything. A piece of media isn't something somebody makes,
you know, it's
something somebody makes, and then you experience it, and then you walk away with how you experienced it, not like trying to have like the perfect analytical understanding of it. It's what it meant to you, more importantly than anything else. And naturally, like a good piece of work. No, well, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say a good piece of work will leave a lot of people like sort of like in the same camp, but I don't even think that's true. That's bullshit. Like,
yeah,
like literally, like all that matters about media is what you think about it at the end of the day. Because this shit, it's great. I love it. It's my life. But I mean, like come on, guys.
Like if only the author's opinion about their work mattered, and like what they meant, like them directly, they would have not put it out publicly for people to like, you know,
precisely
like look into.
Yeah.
Right. You know, also, why is this image like a Venn diagram too? Like what? Like why? It doesn't say anything in the middle. Like what's the crossover between both of these fucking phrases?
The what they mean by this is that it only happens just a little bit, and everything is literal in these two other senses, where it's mostly these two things.
If the author didn't want people to derive different meanings, they should have not put it out publicly. That's ultimately it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think
these are fucking novels, not press briefings.
And it, yeah, exactly. And that fucking reminds me of something that like in the Dr. Skipper video for Godzilla, another thing that kind of like bothered me was like he was like so upset that like not every Godzilla movie is a metaphor for like nuclear like warheads. That's not a metaphor for like, you know, the serious stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's like
God.
he was upset about that.
Literal
And
baby brain shit. Like when you consider like all like the Showa era Godzillas, you think about like the post-economic miracle of like Japan and stuff, and of like, well, of fucking course those movies are going to be goofier. They're happy now.
Right,
Like,
exactly. And it's also like something that I was thinking was that like it's funny how like does he not see how ridiculous he's coming off? Like,
yeah, it's
because like
so stupid.
saying Godzilla is a metaphor for like the folly of man and like the repercussions of all the awful shit we're doing and how it comes back, right?
Yeah.
It's that. You're right. Godzilla is that.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Godzilla's also a giant fucking lizard that breathes
Yeah.
fire. He's that too. Both are valid, right?
There are many
So-
readings because there are many different texts of Godzilla. You could say, you know, like
Right, exactly. And like you know, they even like the movie right after the first one, they go directly into like, well, he's just a giant monster, you know.
yeah,
They fight him, right? Like that's
Anger
go into,
shows
like-
up. He's got a buddy now.
right, exactly, because they go into that like right away because like, you know, that's the amazing thing. It's like it's almost like Dr. Skipper is mad that Godzilla is versatile. That Godzilla is a versatile concept, right? Like he should have seen Shin Gojira because like that's like more similar to 1954. Like I would argue it's more similar to 1954 than Godzilla Minus One.
Explicitly, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Godzilla Minus One is like way more emotional. It pulls your heart. Godzilla Minus One is like a movie.
Yeah.
Like this is fucking Steven Spielberg, Indiana Jones era. Like this is like peak. Like Minus One is like that peak Spielberg almost. Like I'd say that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that vibe.
Yeah, while like Shin Gojira is more like, you know, it's more like a documentary almost, you know. And so is that 1954 movie. They have that in common. Actually, that was very fucking explicit, you know.
Yeah.
Right. In Minus One, they watched Godzilla Raids Again, and they thought like, oh, what if this story that's in Godzilla Raids Again was more emotional? There was like they were saying something, right? Because like in Raids Again, it ends with a pilot kamikazing himself into Godzilla to save the day, and that's like celebrating. He's like a hero. But in Minus One, it's like, oh, you deserve to live. Wanting to live is a good thing. Actually, you don't have to fucking kill yourself.
You don't gotta throw
right?
things away, throw yourself away for like higher concepts that you don't fully understand. Like,
Right, exactly, because you're more valuable as a living adult. You're more valuable as a dad, as a lover, as a husband, as a friend, alive than you are a hero, right?
Yeah.
Sure, like, you know, doing, you know, saving the day is great and all, but like, you know what's fucking awesome? Being a fucking dad. That's fucking
being around
cool
for the
too.
people you love and shit. Like,
Yeah, like that's like valid, you know. And I forgot what my fucking original point
we are
is. Anyway,
social people. It just makes sense to just be around for each other.
Ultimately what I'm saying is that people want deeper things, but they lack like the knowledge to kind of like, you know, put that shit into word. Anyway, we're gonna say Kazoo.
Oh fuck! I was gonna. I watched like I listened to this podcast about like it's like this 2000s nostalgia podcast that kind of goes over like things that happened there. And there was like a football player who like went to like the war in Iraq or whatever. He didn't want to go to Iraq. He wanted to go to Afghanistan. But he was like this like super like fucking principled guy who like he was like writing letters to like Noam Chomsky and shit about like the injustices of the war and stuff. But because he was like from a military family, he felt, oh, I have to go to Afghanistan because 9/11 happened. And you know, and it's like he's like this guy who like he's like talked about as like this sort of like this weird combination of like an intellectual football star who just went to like war out of like this like certain like heroic like principle that just doesn't actually make sense in the real world, because it's just like there was so much living for him back home, and he felt the need to just like go out there and do all that shit. It's super interesting, actually.
What was that? What was that one tweet like, oh, you're fighting for my freedom? How did my freedom get there?
Yeah.
How did it get there?
I remember one explicit thing was that he didn't, because he was like a NFL football player before going over there. He didn't want his death to be like politicized after the fact. He got killed by like friendly fire. Like,
oh yeah, wait, I know who you're talking about. I heard about this guy.
Yeah. And like the family were like atheists, and they didn't want like John McCain and all those fucks coming out here being all like, well, Pat did his just deeds, and now he's chilling in heaven for what he's done. And it's it's just like, no, that motherfucker like went over there and got himself killed because of like this hero complex that he didn't have to do. Like, he had a loving family at home. He had a high school sweetheart he married. He just threw that all the fuck away.
Right, exactly. And then, you know, this is why media literacy is dead. You're right.
Yeah, Pat Tillman killed media literacy.
I think I need to like I feel like the big thing holding me back in like talking about stuff is like my lack of like vocabulary, you know. I say the phrase like there's probably a word for this. I was describing something, you know.
Books.
That is something that I struggle with, because oftentimes it will just be me falling back on like what I think, how I felt watching this scene, what I think this character's vibe is all about.
There's nothing.
And most people are not interested in that.
There's nothing better than a bit of book reading for it. It's hard for me with the ADHD and stuff, but it does help just to like read books like one a week or something, just to
probably. And
probably.
I can't always rely on audiobooks.
Yeah.
There was one book I was trying to listen to on audio, but I'm like, yo, this book is not meant for like to be audio. Like, you have to read
you
this
have you have to like hear it with your own inner voice for some of these.
Yeah. I was trying to like listen to the audio book of like Blood Meridian.
Yeah,
because like that's been getting memed around a lot, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Whoa, this book is so fucked up!" Like, they struggled to make it into a movie. Like, oh, that's how fucked up it is.
That's how fucked up.
And I'm like, yeah, it probably is. Like, I hear a lot about it. It's another example of like trying to come off as like smart and intellectual. Like, I'll say this. I'm gonna bring up an example of a TikTok I saw, but I'll say this first.
Okay.
I respect if someone said that they're just like a comic book fiend and they love superheroes, supervillains, and that's all they consume, and they're like, oh, yum yum yum. They eat all that shit up. They eat up their slop, you know, and they admit that. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know,
as long as you're honest.
As long as you don't fucking smell, or like you're just not an awful person. If there's something you like and you only like consume that, you know, and you're like, this is my slop, yum yum yum, and lick your fingers, you know, I'm fine with that. The kind of thing that I don't like is when people are in denial of being that person and they want to come off as smarter, you know. Not to say you're not a smart person for like just consuming comics, but like it's I saw a TikTok where it's like, oh, top 10 villains in of all time, right? And the start of the list, there's like a couple of like there's like one villain from Shakespeare and one villain from like ancient Greek, and then after that it's just like super villains, right?
The Joker.
And it's like, oh, I love how you just put those guys at the start to make it seem like your list was actually worthwhile.
I'm actually more impartial than you'd think.
I would respect your list if it was only supervillains. If it was only supervillains, I would respect that. But the fact that like I have to throw in like stuff I read in English class in fucking high school in there, and then I could put the Joker. It's just so fucking like, oh my god, like, dude, like
there's such insecurity about it.
Yeah, there is. Like, if you just like super villain, you like Magneto and shit, that's fine. Like, there's nothing. I have no problem. I like those guys too, right? What I like, I feel like putting like a list, like, oh, I put like fucking, I put fucking Hamlet, I put fucking, fucking Oedipus, I put those motherfuckers in the list.
I put Gilgamesh in my list.
Right, exactly. Like I appreciate more if it was like only characters from literature. I mean, some characters from literature are basically just super villains. Like if you put Moriarty, that's a super villain, dude. I don't care what anyone says. Right? Yeah, but it just like dude, it's fine if you just like Joker.
Just be earnest and honest about things. That's literally all you could ever be. Like the fact that you need to be seen as like, oh, I'm not a total rube. Here's 3 things I remember from English class.
I think I'd probably put that on my list of like things I want people to stop doing in video essays. Yeah. Stop trying to come off as smart. Or stop trying to like be smarter than you actually are. Like I think I like it better when just like someone makes a video essay and they're honest, you know?
Yeah.
Right? That was like another thing I had with like this keeps going back to fucking Dr. Skipper. But like he ends his video by saying that like if you really like a movie you should do the research on it, right? Which is so funny because he has so much misinformation.
Yeah, you should do the research on it, and he's like he hasn't watched
Godzilla's in the public domain.
Godzilla's in the public domain. I haven't watched any of the films I supposedly hate. Yada yada yada. Like, come on.
Like it's just so like I mean, it's funny when like things line up perfectly where like that's where people get caught with just saying the most funniest shit ever.
Yeah.
But it's just so like you don't worry about coming off as smart. I feel like that's where a lot of people fumble, is that they want to come off as smart, right?
Yeah. They want to speak from a place of authority, and it's like you don't have to do that. Like that's attractive.
You're a YouTube video, dude. Like if you haven't got like a PhD or something, don't worry about it. You know it.
Don't fucking worry about it. They're called essays, not like editorials or whatever the fuck. Like,
most of the time, they're not even an essay. They're just recapping plots.
Shifted in response to that. Like you'll hear a lot of people talk about their favorite recent YouTubers, and it's like comfy core opinion havers. They don't really like. They're not trying to give you a college lecture on like Super Mario or something. It's just some guy saying, "This is why I love the cape, and why I hope you'll love it too."
I think I think I like it better when people are just talking about the things they like personally, you know. I think only a select few like YouTubers or whatever are like actually good at like deconstructing how something is like bad or like awful, you know. I feel like some YouTubers, and it's usually
flash in the pan stuff. Like you'll never get that person to do that consistently. It's about something that they're actually informed about or have enough interest to do the deep dive and deconstruct it.
I think
but no one's like a deconstructing savant.
I think what I'm just going through the list of like shit I seen in YouTube videos that pissed me off. There was like one video I saw that was like complaining about like they were complaining about a bad guy in an episode of Doctor Who. The bad guy was obviously Donald Trump, right? And they were saying
that guy.
Don't write bad guys like this. Write bad guys like this. And they were talking about some sort of like side quest in the Witcher game. And it's like, have you not considered that these are like 2 different pieces of media? Like the side quest in the Witcher game, you're allowed to like see the complexities of something a little bit better than like the monster of the week Donald Trump guy in Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
You know,
a serial show where it's totally 2 different scenarios.
It's like don't write giant monsters like this, and it's like a random episode. It's the episode of Ultraman where the kids find the rock that grants them wishes, and they make a fucking giant monster. And like don't make giant monsters like this. Make a giant monster like this, and it's the monster from the Korean movie The Host. And it's like these are 2 different monsters. These are 2 different like genres, really.
I just like imagining like watching somebody like adult watching like Bluey and thinking like, well, I don't want to learn lessons for babies. I want deep, insightful things. And it's like, what are you doing here? Like. Like why?
Oh, but that same guy would probably cite something like
Bluey's
Bob's
deep,
Burgers.
man.
Bluey
Don't
is
slander
deep.
Blue. Not on my podcast. There should be no Bluey slander. Bluey's deep.
Fuck.
It's complex, you motherfucker. Fuck you. Kill this guy.
Oh fuck.
I don't want to wise lessons for babies. Yo, that guy likes Has Been Hotel, dude. Don't tell me what you think.
Fuck.
Got him.
Oh,
Got him,
they're gonna,
Dad.
They're gonna fucking find me and post like
Kill
look,
him.
Oh, this reminds me.
Bluey was secretly like a show where the animators are a character in the show the whole time. Oh my god.
Nice.
Have either of you seen Beef?
It was Beef. I got the
It's
beef.
a Netflix show starring Ali Wong and some other famous guy. I
Oh,
don't
wait,
remember the
with
name
David Cho?
of. Yeah, David Cho.
Yeah, I've
sell
heard
me on
about
it.
this show.
Sell
I've
me
been
on
a-
this because I haven't heard it.
All right, tell what you're going to say because I'm about to say something that's going to derail what you brought up, but go ahead.
Just wanted to point out that like the story of Beef is very straightforward. There aren't really a lot of like twists or anything. The show does go out of its way to like do a lot of miscellaneous random things to clue you into the psyche of the characters, sometimes in ways that probably don't really make sense, but that's what makes it more artistic.
Yeah.
And recently I've gotten frustrated talking to people about it because they are like, oh yeah, and what about this and this? And there's got to be a deeper meaning to this. And I'm like, no, it's all very plain. It's just nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very well acted, but it's all very straightforward. Don't be weird about Beef.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Gotta-
beef with
gotta-
beef.
Got beef with beef. Anyway, I was going to mention that, like, David Cho is involved in that show. Actually, I think he's, like, co-creator or something. Yeah, he's like, he has, like, rape allegations.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
We
Yeah.
got beef with him, I guess.
Yeah, he used to have a podcast, and he did the fucking like dude bro podcast thing where he's like, he starts describing a story where he raped someone, and his co-host after he was done, his co-host was kind of like, what, dude?
Oh, man.
And this podcast has been deleted. It's been scrubbed off the fucking internet.
Oh, I hate when
Right.
that happens.
Right? Yeah.
There are
'cause-
like 12 episodes of Dino Stamatopoulos' podcast that you can't find anywhere because ever since he and Andy Dick stopped being friends, those episodes are just gone forever.
Oh, him and they both had a podcast together.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a perfectly fine podcast with two lovely gentlemen.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Andy
A
Dick.
lot of it is like Andy being weird, and then
I like
it
Dino.
was like,
He's
oh, I'll
a-
yes and your joke. Oh no, you're making it weird. Stop, Andy. You're gonna ruin everything.
Stop, Andy.
That's funny when that happens. I like Dino. He's the creator of Moral Oral.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, and he also directed like the stop motion. He directed he was like the stop motion coordinator or something for the movie Anomalisa. Like I mean, it was directed by.
I think his
Charlie
studio
Kaufman,
also
but-
did Frankenhole.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was the creator of Frankenhole.
Oh hell yeah!
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a show I haven't seen in a while. I don't know if it still holds up.
It's kind of very Robot Chicken-esque, but with original characters.
I should probably put my money where my mouth is and like see if the Robot Chicken crew is hiring.
Yeah, for real.
Worked for Robot Chicken. How do I get a job at Robot Chicken?
If
Robot
only-
Chicken jobs and deployment.
If only like Mad TV was still like a thing. We could definitely get you on Mad TV.
Oh yeah.
Looking for jobs at Robot Chicken. We post most updated jobs from Robot Chicken, 1,000 employees. Some of the Robot Chicken LLC jobs we post in the past include graphic artists. So it doesn't say they have any.
Damn. Fuck.
Damn stupid Buddy Studios. Oh wait, do I have to apply for their fucking LinkedIn? I heard LinkedIn is fucking awful.
Yeah,
Because,
Oh
like,
yeah,
you-
it's terrible.
Yeah, what you have to do is that you have to actually treat it like a social media
yeah.
to like get anything out of it. So you have to be there posting.
You have to be a business-minded freak. There's this one anecdote I always bring up with LinkedIn where like they have like some psychopath like showing like instead of ordering takeout, I did the healthy thing and made chicken breast in a coffee pot and orders so the so my company wouldn't have to comp my my meals, and it's like that's crazy. That's insane.
That is very insane. Okay, it says that I'm looking
LinkedIn
for
poster.
Stupid Buddy Studios.
Yeah.
Maybe I should update my LinkedIn. Yeah, maybe I should update my. I haven't updated it since fucking high school. They did the opening. I'm looking for their project. They did the opening for Mad. They also did Dinosaur Office. I didn't know that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh wait,
That makes sense.
You guys ever seen the show Lego Masters?
No.
That was it's basically a competition show where like we got like these 20 to 15 Lego like teams. Like it's always like a duo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're competing. Like we give them a prompt, and they have to build the best like Legos out of this prompt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty fun show. It's hosted by fucking oh no, I forgot his name. BoJack Horseman. Lego Batman.
Will Arnett. Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Yes, Will Arnett. Yeah, exactly. I fucking forgot. I can't believe I forgot. He's on my list of favorite white guys. But
Cool.
it's hosted by him. It's a pretty cool show. It's very interested. Like, I love watching like competition shows. Not all of them, but I like watching when I watch a competition show. Do you ever get into the mindset of like, yeah, this is what I would do in that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the angle I would pick. I'm so surprised. Or like trying to guess which one the judges are gonna pick as like the best one, right?
Yeah.
Something that I really like about competition shows, well, this is something I noticed specifically. The two main ones was the Lego Masters and fucking Dragula, which is like a drag show. It's like Drag Race but spooky and edgier. It's like Drag Race like mixed with like Fear Factor.
I like that.
You know?
I like that.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Something I've noticed is that when these competitions start by the third episode, I usually figure out who the Goku is. You know what I mean by the Goku?
Yeah, the guy who stands out and who's clearly just got like the
guy who's like clearing every challenge, like it's really just blowing everyone's like buttholes out of the water, right? That happens a lot in these competition shows. That happens a lot, like in I think it's only happened like I think I may have only noticed it once or twice in Lego Masters when that happens, when there's like a team that's like, oh, boom, 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 they're just blowing everyone out of the fucking water, right? And that happens like in Drag Race too, like in Dragula too, where there is the one person who just like, oh, boom, they're just like they're just blowing everyone out of the fucking water. It's always fun to like spot those. It doesn't really make it boring, I feel, because it's all about everyone else trying to keep up with Goku, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes
right?
sometimes the people who aren't as talented are like fun in like their own unique way, you know, their own silly little ways.
Yeah, no, I got you. All right. Stupid Buddy has 2 studios. Isn't that cute? They wrote studios with 2 O's.
What the fuck?
Careers, current positions. Oh wow, we're doing this. This is the Cheesy applies for Robot Chicken episode. This page is currently not available. Sorry for the convenience. Damn, they're fully staffed.
Damn. You don't understand. I have so many different ways Megatron could like bust a nut. I have so many different stories to tell.
I guess it's like. Do they even hide? Do the studios work with there is no such thing as in-house writers, right? Like that's the individual shows have like their own writing team, right? It's not the guys who write Robot Chicken are fucking writing like everything else, right?
Depends on the show. Like sometimes the actual production company will be entirely different from the writing company. Like, you know, when you watch those action cartoons and it's like, oh, such and such studio in collaboration with Man of Action, because all Man of Action did was write it.
Right. Yeah. True. Damn, those Man of Action guys, they really just like did it good once, huh? Well, I guess, okay, if you like Generator Rex and Secret Saturdays, sure, but Ben 10 seems
I
to be
like
the
those
only.
too.
I think they're neat. I don't think they.
I think I like
I like
those.
Generator Rex more than Ben 10.
Really?
Honestly, I think I like those more than Ben 10 as well. But I'm kind of a Ben 10 hater to begin with.
Oh, really? You're a Ben 10 hater? Wow,
Yeah,
a Ben 10
he
hater
just,
on
he
my
just
podcast.
pisses me off. I don't know. There's something about him I don't like.
I'm a Ben 10 fan, but I think I'm a bigger fan of like the later stuff more, like of Alien Force and Omniverse.
I
think
like
that was like
who's the character designer on that show. I really like them, and I
It's
always
several-
see like
it's several guys. The most like
Yeah.
notable person I can think of is Thomas Perkins, who did design a lot of stuff for like Ben 10. He I mean he still works in the industry and whatnot. But no, I like Ben 10 later when he became less annoying. I feel like that was the one key. Like once he became less fucking annoying, it was great.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those freaks who finds like young Gwen hot. If you find young Gwen hot, you're a monster, and someone should put you out of your misery.
Oh yeah.
I'm dialing you over to the to SWAT right now.
And anyone who draws art of like Gwen like having sex is going to hell.
They gave you so many other designs you could nut to, and you chose that one.
They really did.
Yeah,
They even
exactly.
gave
I like
you
the one
They
where
even
she's
gave you
in
the
college.
one. They even gave you the. I don't even know which one this is because I don't fucking like Ben 10. But they gave her one that's basically like the little girl one, but she's clearly like in like a teenager or like college age adult or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She has like the glasses, I think.
There was
Yeah,
one person who said,
that one's
"Oh, I
kinda,
don't
like,
like those
weird.
designs because I like the short hair." And I'm like, "There's an episode where she comes back from the future. She has the short hair, but it's her from the future. Draw that one."
Right, exactly. Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah.
Hot take. I don't find minors attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy world we live in.
It's a mad world.
Okay.
Everybody's repping that one sticker where Ben gets her pregnant.
I really like the phrase of like get this man pregnant.
Get this man pregnant.
Some officers impregnate that man.
Yeah.
That's like something I've been hearing a lot about, like the new rising kind of like hotness is like pathetic men. I've noticed, right? People are really into pathetic guys, especially their
I
cartoon
don't like
characters.
that.
Yeah.
You're not pathetic guys. Well, I've mostly seen AFAB people being into pathetic guys.
Yeah. Pathetic cartoon guys. Guys
Yeah.
listening to this,
Yeah.
you have no actual chance.
Okay, not real pathetic guys like Elon
just
Musk.
cartoon guys.
All right, okay, no pathetic
You will
guys.
never be the robot chicken nerd.
You'll never
Stop
be
trying.
You'll never be Jack Spicer. I'm sorry.
You'll never be Buggy the Clown. You'll
Yeah.
never be the Monarch. You'll never
just-
be.
You
Yeah,
just
go
don't
on.
have that sauce. You hate women too much.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, you can't. Okay, you can't be a pathetic guy and hate women.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be a.
That's
You have to be
step
you
one.
have to be a subservient little worm. That's kind of like the appeal of the patheticness. Is
I was
How-
Oh yeah, speaking of pedophiles, do you think there's someone out there who like simps for Randall
from
who's Randall?
from Recess?
Oh,
Recess. Oh, maybe. I was thinking about. I thought you meant like Randall from fucking Monsters Inc.
but why? You know, I could kind of see that as like a on the edge thing. It's like if you don't fuck me, I'm going to tell. I'm going to snitch that you fucked me. Even though you
This is like I read a doujin. There's a lot of doujinshis. There's a lot of fucking doujinshis where they blackmail women to fuck them, and then I see the
Yeah.
opposite where like, oh, this high schooler blackmailed me. Now I gotta fuck.
No, I have to.
I recently read
I
one
have to
where
fuck her.
the school has a Go club, and they're
Yeah.
like, you know, everything is riding on this Go club. Superintendent, you have to get this kid. He's a Go prodigy, but he hates playing Go. You need to get him interested in Go. And the prodigy kid is like, I'll play Go in regionals if you have sex with me.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm like, oh boy, let's see where this is going.
That's entirely reasonable. Let's get this young lad some poon.
Oh wow. I big fans of the story. Oh god. Oh man. I have like a laundry list of like, not a laundry list. I have 3 like story ideas I have for if I were to do a Clown Milk 2.
Yeah.
I have to approach it differently. New strategy. Don't lose money this time.
Yeah.
That's the new strat. Gamers, listen up. New tip. Don't waste a shitload of money. That's the new hot tip. Highly recommend it.
Classic Think and Grow Rich chapter. Don't lose money.
I think what I want to be, I need to get in a financially stable spot, and I think I need to do pre-orders for a different kind of comic to fund the other comic without like destroying too much of me financially.
No.
You need like a Goku to coast on.
Yeah.
I also need I need to send people their copies of Extra Souls. I can't do that yet because mostly financial reasons.
Right.
But they'll go out. I swear. I'm working on it. A bajillion things are going on right now. I am wanted by the state of California for tax evasion. No, not yet.
Oh, yeah, don't say that. They'll get you. They don't even. You just imagine like they don't even look at like your forms. They're just listening in on main character syndrome. It's like, yep,
we got him. Yeah, like I had only like 2 fans, and one of them was the fucking IRS. we got him. We got Cheesymanfredo. Was that one tweet where it's like TurboTax like, have you guys done your taxes this year? And then the guy replies like, nah, I'm gonna lie about it. TurboTax replied like, wait, don't do that.
No, stop.
Don't do that. Fucking fuck. Wait, let me get to my pathetic guy point first.
Right.
Yeah.
I had an idea for a comic because me and my partner were listening to a video about host clubs, and it's like, oh, what if like the joke is that like host clubs is all a bunch of handsome, cute guys, and this woman's like, I'm not really into that. She's like, oh, I found the host club for you, and it's like host club, but they're all pathetic men. Like if you're attracted to pathetic men, this is for you.
You get
and
like,
it's like
Gil from The Simpsons or something. He's like, jeez.
well, I was thinking it's like a fucking like a divorcee dad who like puts his arm around your shoulder and be like, oh hey, you're a lot more cuter than my ex-wife. Can I get $20?
Borrow some money.
and then she's like so hot and bothered. She's like, oh no, a pathetic man.
Oh no. Jeez, I swear I'm good for it.
Hey, mister, will you help out a down and about hard working American?
That's like one of my favorite Bugs Bunny gags. It's so stupid. Just fucking Clark Gable being like, pardon me, you help out a fellow American who's down on his luck.
Oh god, I think it's great when like those old timely references just feel like they just become random later.
Yeah. It just goes to show that the energy itself was like funny enough to stand on its own, where you don't need to know who the fuck Clark Gable is to like get that that's funny.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what was I gonna? I just saw that the last season of Robot Chicken came out in 2021. Oof, it's been 3 years. Uh-oh.
He had to cut funding from there to invest it all in his little monkey show. That's not true. I'm committing a hearsay with that.
We're going full NFT monkey show. What do you mean it's not viable no more?
No.
Fun fact: following the cancellation of Venture Bros, it became Adult Swim's longest running series until it was surpassed by Aqua Team Hunger Force after its revival in 2023.
God, oof. What a fucking miserable revival.
I used to rule the world in the morning I sleep alone. The Aqua Team season was not that good.
I feel like such a perverse guilt because I was like on the record saying like, yeah, they should just bring Aqua Team back because it's like you could just make it about stupid bullshit and just do it forever. And then they did it.
GIF.
Yeah, ultimate monkey palm right here. Like literally like
palm of it.
Literally like nothing, like half, like there's only like 5 episodes and like 3 of them feel like the exact same episode.
Yeah, it's what was the deal with that? Was it the same writers? Wasn't it just like two guys writing the original?
Yeah, you would think.
What the fuck happened? Where they are like, now we got to give them more writers. That has the sauce been lost?
The people need we need to make an episode about smart apps, and then the smart apps are way smarter than you would think because they're smart apps. They're taking over the world or something.
Yeah, the Aqua Team Wikipedia page is weird because like it actually shows the faces of the cast.
Oh my god,
that's weird. That's
not many wikis do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's why I was like, I'm caught by fucking surprise. Like, oh yeah, that's just their faces, huh?
Yeah. Oh.
Fucking trying to see last season. Was it only like 5 episodes? Oh
yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad Carrie Means is getting work at the very least because that motherfucker, like, he picked the worst possible contract for himself regarding that. So I'm glad he's getting a little bit of work.
I think okay, so yeah, it was basically like an 8-year break between that and the previous season. I mean, maybe the sauce is lost, you know?
Yeah,
maybe it's just not there.
Eight
years, 8 years is like a good like period to lose the sauce, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame. Okay.
Shame.
You think maybe video games lost the sauce?
Like as a concept, or
well, like in terms of mainstream appeal, like everyone's complaining about stuff being the same, and it's like, you know, maybe they lost the sauce. It's been how long since the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3?
I would generally say this for most things. If you're not like, if your heart's not fully in it, and then you come back after like 20 years. Then yeah, it's just not gonna feel the same.
Yeah, that's how I feel about, because there's like ideas I have that I want to go back to, but I know they're gonna be like different. Like, we're at the dawn of like, I'm doing Bongo and Luna again, but I promise you it's gonna be different than the previous Bongo and Luna. Sorry, I'm not gonna continue that storyline, right? And like, I just want people to accept that,
Yeah.
And probably the same if I bring back. I do want to bring back My Alien Girlfriend. I think that one has like a lot of potential. I just wasn't the right place.
I need to write down my studio pitch for a My Alien Girlfriend movie and read it out for you sometime.
Nice. Go. Well, you do that.
My Alien Girlfriend, where they meet like the parents or something.
My Alien Girlfriend, Viva Rock Vegas. That's my pitch. Oh my god. What the fuck was I gonna say? What was I looking at? Okay, yeah, they lost the sauce.
Yeah.
When you said video games like losing the sauce, I'm reminded about like an Emp Lemon video that I saw that really frustrated me. That's why I stopped watching Emp Lemon.
I know what video you're talking about.
Man, there's like, speaking of like tepid fucking video game essays, fucking Emp Lemon, huh?
Yeah, he made a video talking about like, why do games suck now, and he never gave a proper answer, even though all of his issues revolve around capitalism, but like he can't like call out capitalism. Like his fan base wouldn't like that. Like the people he's around him wouldn't fucking like that. What is he, a bread tuber? Come on now.
Yeah.
So which
is funny because a lot of the points he made I have heard bread tubers make, and they say it's capitalism,
right? But the fact he just ends with the video like, well, we don't really know why. Like, oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up. You shut up, dude. Maybe you don't know. God, I think one of the dumbest lines I ever heard was he made a video talking about The Thing. Yeah. And he had this guy on called Kino Corner who does not make good video essays. His videos suck ass too. And they talk about John Carpenter's The Thing. And one thing he said that made me think like, this is an example of like trying to try to say something smart, Yeah. He said like, oh, The Thing is like what's going on in The Thing is like what it's saying is basically the dangers of ideology, and it's like, oh my fucking god, that doesn't mean anything. Of
ideology. That doesn't it's about the danger of the thing. What?
Okay, first of all, The Thing is trying to kill him, but no, it's like, because it's like everything is about the dangers of ideology. Everything is about ideology. Everything has an ideology, whether you believe it to or not.
The
fucking
solution, stop thinking.
what's the name of the fucking Donald Duck ass philosopher? Slavoj Žižek. Yeah, like when he was saying everything is ideology, he was spitting. That yeah, you're right. Everything is fucking ideology.
To be fair, he's spitting no matter what he's saying.
Well, see, that's
just how he talks.
That's a disability. He was spitting. He was spitting figuratively and literally. He was spitting, right? He was double spitting. That's how smart.
He stuck his fingers up his nose and then he touched my shoulder. I was uncomfortable.
Like Donald Duck ass motherfucker was saying that, like, all that shit was ideology. He was like, "Mwah, you're so right, you moist wet man."
It does look so moist. He's the moistest guy in Slovenia or whatever.
That being said, I haven't consumed enough Slavoj Žižek.
I've listened to so many lectures of that guy.
I can't fully say the only thing I really listened to the whole thing was the fucking debate he had with Jordan Peterson.
Most of his shit is kind because he's like such like a movie buff. I would just say he's kind of like. He's like Jack Saint for like people who like know bigger words.
Ooh, Jack. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You do have to know some big words in order to keep up with him.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, those are big moist words to keep up with him. The fucking
they're so moist they'll just like wick right off of your ear if you don't catch them.
That debate was so fucking funny because it's like Jordan Peterson is like coming in trying to like criticize the Communist Manifesto and Slavoj is like, what?
Marxist.
Herm? What, dude? That's like baby. That's like baby stuff. Oh, we're talking about the big brain stuff. Oh, we're talking about the big boy material. You're talking about baby's first.
I gotta check that out. Wing. That's probably good.
It's so awesome.
It's like it was like years ago, but it is worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just getting owned. He's just like. What is post-Marx? What is neo-post-Marx?
Yeah, he literally just calls him out saying like when you say post-Marxist, who are you talking about? Like, can you give me a name? Like,
what is post-Marxist? Cultural post-Marxism or whatever the fuck.
Right, exactly. All right. I think we're getting close to the end.
Oh shit.
Of our video, of our podcast, right?
The pod.
We don't have an ending segment. We're still in the hunt for an ending segment.
I thought the whole thing was like canceling a guy.
Yeah, but
it's getting old. It's getting rote. In place of that, I would like to say, I hope Larry David goes to hell and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, I'm betting on the Larry dies ending. That's the bet.
I hope he ends up at the Has-Been Hotel and they have to.
I was gonna try to. If you saw that one meme of like people just drawing over the Alistair model to whatever character they want, I was gonna draw Larry David. Yo, Larry David, if it was, it has an hotel.
I really like the idea of Larry at Has-Been Hotel because I just can't imagine him getting redeemed.
I kind of missed the mark on doing like drawing a Larry this past Sunday, but I did like. Couple hours into the other day I did draw
Larry the Koopa.
Yeah, I did Larry the Koopa. That was like an idea brewing in my mind, so I'm gonna try to keep this consistent, draw Larry every week until the end of the season. But yeah, I guess we're canceling Larry David until we
hope he dies and goes to hell.
Yeah, me too. It's what he deserves for his crimes.
Being really annoying.
All right. Yeah, I guess anything you want to promote, Kazoo, before we go off?
I don't know. Check my Twitter, Instagrams, and whatnot. Hopefully in like a couple months I should have like a comic out, Post Millennium Magica. I'm working on it. I promise you guys. I'm not bullshitting.
It sounds like
that's it really.
Sounds like that fucking like album that's in the Yick game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Yickcore.
And it's very Yickcore. The fuck, what's the name of the album? Wait. The name of the fucking album is like Mystical Ultima LP Legend. Yeah, check out Kazoo's new series, Mystical Ultima.
I'm adapting
LP
Yick
Legend.
into comic form.
Yo, no lie, Yick creators.
The Yick adaptation.
If you need a comic, if you need someone to adapt the game into a comic, I'm your man. I'm a Yick head. I'm a Yicker, if you will. A dirty, filthy Yicker. That's me.
Yeah.
If you need someone to make that into a comic, I'm your man, dude. I'm your guy. All right. Main MCS fans, spread the news.
Spread the news. Let's get Yick in the books for real. I think honestly, it has legs.
It has legs. We'll tweak it. We'll make it like not too different, because we don't want to lose some of that Yick sauce.
Yeah.
But it'll be like oh, it'll be the Scott Pilgrim takes off for Yick. All right, Julian, what's on the dishes? What's on the table for you?
What's snitching?
Well, as always, I am promoting vqcd.in. It's my website where all of my cool stuff is being kept. In addition, recently I've started updating the supporter pages. The prices range from like $5 to $15. You get a cool exclusive illustration along with its source clip studio file. Ooh. If you're like insane enough to pay that much for something like that, it's yours. But also, eventually, at some point in the near future, iCatch will be premiering the magazine featuring all kinds of cool artistic stuff, original stories, and a original mascot designed by Kazoo.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Hell yeah.
You're going to be pogging out of your mind. You're going to be like, why am I not getting iCatch every day?
I'm pogging. Hell yeah.
Wake up, I think that.
Wake up, sheeple.
Wake up.
You're asleep. It's time to wake up, baby boy.
Open your fucking eyes.
Open your eyes. Open your ass. Open your mouth.
Open your cheeks and your holes. We're putting iCatch all through it.
Open your heart to love.
Open your...
All right, and I'm Cheesymanfredo. Bongo Luna, it's coming back, but it's gonna be Patreon exclusive for a couple of months, or not. Who knows? I'll probably change my mind.
Luna, he's coming back.
I'm working on new characters. Gonna make more horny comic. I applied for like a hentai con in my city, and so I'm gonna start like horny maxing leading up to that. If I get chosen to be a vendor, I'll
Do you know anybody else that's going to be there? Maybe you could like form alliances. There's got to be some other like.
They haven't announced like the roster for people. I'm aware of. I'm like friendly with the people who run it. Like I met them before, and they have seen they've seen Clown Milk, and they're like, oh, this is neat. Yeah, this is the kind of we need this guy there, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stand out because I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna focus on like hentai and anime, and I'm gonna be the only guy in clown makeup.
Yeah.
So that's my advantage, tactical advantage, right?
The tactical clown.
I was reading my copy of Clown Milk recently, and I'm like, damn, this is like a literal book. This is so cool.
Damn, you could read this. It got letters and shit.
And the tits.
That's it. It's not good or bad. It just exists.
It's just cool to have something like that in my hands, knowing not everyone has one.
True.
Not everybody has clown porn they can bring to the bathroom with them.
I think once I clear up a couple things, I am gonna order new copies, specifically if I get into that convention, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saving up money because I think I figured out a strat to get like Clown Milk 2 up and going. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye. Bye bye.
See you later.